That's right, it's the year that was then and is now 1980. Fronted by the delicious Debbie Harry, Blondie emerged from the New York new wave punk scene during the mid-70s. By 1980, the band's experimentation with a variety of musical styles gave them 3 UK number ones, and they became the most successful American band of the 80s.
1980 was the year that Blondie became pop.
Blondie was like a really fantastic pop group.
God, she was gorgeous.
Call Me, their collaboration with German disco maestro Giorgio Moroder, gave them a huge number one in May 1980.
Call Me was a brilliant, brilliant song. Great, great pop. And Blondie were brilliant.
One thing that Blondie were very good at was to take on loads of different styles of music and make them sound like Blondies.
There was no doubt that the records were brilliant. And they started off as this kind of, punky guitar pop, which they then mutated as the new decade started into this take-on disco, which was, for them, totally original.
Blondie got away with doing a bit of everything because they did do a bit of everything. They did disco, and they were originally a new wave band, a punk rock band, as they were considered in America anyway, where punk rock was a slightly looser term, shall we say, than it was here.
There's that huge punk slice that's in there, but that massive pop, element with the music as well.
They were so big, of course, they could have done literally anything, and they did. Reggae, no white band should ever do reggae, and they did.
But Debbie & Co did do reggae when they covered John Holt's reggae classic, The Tide Is High. Even Darth Vader was a fan.
Easily the worst song, a cover of an old reggae song. But in the video, brilliantly, she bends over at one point, and if you're a young boy and these kind of things are important, you can actually see just a tiny hint of the top of her breastbone.
It wasn't written by Atomic Kitten folks, it was actually a really old tune from the 60s from Jamaica, which Blondie did a fantastic version of.
It was a fantastic song, and it done very well for the Kittens again.
And I think they did it more than justice. They did a great, great version of it.
This great version was a number one in 2002 for the Kittens.
Me and Liz weren't actually born in 1980, so we ain't got much to. We can't comment much about the original.
When you cover a song, if you're not gonna make it better, make a difference, if it's a classic tune, so we think we made it different and brought it up to date and stuff. So we were very happy with what we did to it. But it was a great classic tune, and Blondie's very good.
The vibe that kind of Debbie Harry managed to portray with it is entirely different than the sugary pop that you get with Atomic Kitten, but it's still a great record. And I'm glad they did it. It was nice to hear it again.
And good old-fashioned pop provided the inspiration for Atomic, which completed their hat-trick in 1980.
Debbie Harry had such an amazing voice. When you listen to Atomic, her voice really soars. It sounds incredible. I love that little guitar bit on it. It's well, it's ace. And she was really drop-dead beautiful. It's not like loads of pop stars who aren't really that good looking, you just kind of shoved in front of the camera gurning. She actually looked good in every single photograph you ever saw of her.
There wasn't a heterosexual man or boy in the country in 1980 who didn't fancy Debbie Harry.
Everybody's favourite pin-up. I mean, what a face. The whole cheekbone, the whole structure, and the big blonde head.
Everybody fancied Blondie. Everybody. And all the girls wanted to be Blondie.
Nice washing up gloves, love.
My first inspiration to be a singer was probably Debbie Harry.
Remember when we were kids, everybody wanted to be Blondie. I used my mum's moustache bleach to try and dye my hair blonde. A lot of people probably say I still use it, but because everybody wanted to be Blondie. That was why. Debbie, see?
Debbie Harry, huge role model. She was kind of the first woman, I think, that made me feel sexy. Do you know what I mean? That made me want to go out and be sexy.
Blondie split in 1982 and Debbie enjoyed a fairly successful solo career. But in 1999, the band reformed and scored another #1, an amazing 19 years after their last. Debbie's still looking great and belting out the hits to this day.
Absolute legends, Debbie Harry.
Debbie Harry, brilliant.
One of the all-time legends.